All right, Coach Morris.
Yeah.
This will be a good game. You and
Oh,
LCA, y'all have run the gauntlet with the Mayfield and Beechwoods, and now here y'all are for a chance at a state title, Coach.
yes, sir. Lexington Christian's a very good program. A lot of tradition there. They're very well coached, and both of us have played a really tough schedule. Lexington Christian has definitely played a tough schedule, been battled really all year long, and then throughout the playoffs. And we know they're going to come in and give us a good battle.
Now, Coach, man, I'm sitting here looking at your all schedule. Man, y'all don't score under 28 points a game, man. Tell us a little bit about that prolific offense that you have.
Yeah, well, I mean, it all starts around, we like to throw the football around a lot. So it starts around our quarterback, Jermel Carruthers, the junior, leads the state in pretty much all passing categories. He was special last week against Beechwood, probably the game of his life. And he just continues to get better every week. But yeah, we like to spread the football around. We have four senior receivers: Xavier Maddox and Luke Thomas, Cam Woodward, and Hudson Ebelhair. We also have a senior running back who's very good out of the backfield and catching the football as well, and Miles Edge. And then with Jermel's skills and those senior receivers and our offensive line giving Jermel time, it's kind of silly not to spread the football around and play fast and take advantage of that.
Now, Coach, you kind of went from good to great. I don't know, from great to I don't know how you can explain it. But tell us how you went from, Brady Atwell setting records, all world
Mm-hmm.
quarterback, and here you are, next man up. How you do that, Coach?
Yeah, it's been a process for sure. It's process oriented. The program has been from day one, and we try to keep things simple for our kids. And hats off to our feeder systems. Our middle school coach does a really good job of running systems offensively and defensively, and even special teams that are very similar to what we do at the high school. And that way, when they get there, we can expand on their knowledge of the offense and defense, and it just continues to, I guess, reload instead of rebuild. And every year that I've been a part of it, I feel like we can just get a little bit better every year to where we're finally to this point where we're making our third straight trip to the state finals.
Hey, Coach, you said something earlier about your offensive line. Just expand on that, what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit, because those guys don't get very much notoriety. So here's your opportunity to, what I'm saying, give those kids some props.
That's for sure. It starts with our left tackle protecting our quarterback's blind side, and that's a senior, Zach Masterson. He started at left tackle for us last year as a junior as well, and so just that experience of a kid, in his second year starting and a senior has been really good for us as an anchor on our left side. And then on the right side, the phenom, the sophomore, 6'8", 300-pound John Paul Carrico, got all the Division One offers and those kind of things. Unfortunately, suffered an injury in the Somerset game, but it starts on the edges with those two guys. And Andy Adams, a sophomore, is a really good athlete. Not as big as John Paul, of course, but he filled in last week and did a tremendous job. Obviously, you're not going to replace 6'8", 300, and a kid who can move and has been, taking pictures with Marcus Freeman this year as far as his visits and those kind of things. But we did a good job of our interior guys, especially Tristan French, our right guard. He's another senior, and so he took on Andy Adams, our right tackle, last week, and they kind of worked together, and he got him ready to go, and I was proud of that. And center, Tristan's brother, he's a junior. He's been really solid for us all year, and that's Keegan French. And then our left guard, another senior. And so his name is Jacob Hamilton. We call him Soup. He just kind of does a little bit of everything for us. Played a lot of defensive end this year as well because we've had some injuries. But been a senior-led group, and a lot of experience on that offensive line, and they've been a strength for us all year long. And you can't score all these points. You can't move the football the way we do unless you protect your quarterback and make some holes in that running game for Miles Edge and Jude Evans and some of our running backs. But it all starts, if we win this Friday, it's going to be because our offensive line played well.
All right, Coach. Now, we've been making this trip, like you said, for the last 3 years. What
Yep.
do you plan for this? Is there anything you do special when you get ready for this trip, with the long haul and everything and, just the whole schedule? Because y'all play at 12,
Yeah,
right?
we play at 4 o'clock
4.
Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah,
4.
we're a 2A game. But we learned a lot after our first year 2 years ago. We did not get lodging. We took the bus trip, and we didn't like that. And so last year we got hotels and felt like we learned from that. And each year we feel like we get a little bit better with the schedule and those kind of things because it is a different schedule. You don't have as much time to warm up. You got, all these media things to do, and just everything about the trip is a little bit off your schedule from the normal. So there's something to be said for experience, and this is going to be a group of seniors who, we got 20 seniors. All of them we will be in their third state finals appearance, and so being inexperienced is not going to be an excuse. We got to go take care of business.
Now, Coach, what is the atmosphere down there in Owensboro right now? Is you guys going to the state finals and Owensboro going to the state finals? Man, what's the atmosphere down there like, man? Y'all becoming a football powerhouse down that way.
Well, this year for sure, in the city of Owensboro itself, because Apollo had a pretty good year too, and so Owensboro High School and us obviously making state finals. The city is super excited. They're wanting to do joint pep rallies and those kind of things. I think that both schools are kind of wanting to kind of do their own thing, and hopefully we both win and we can celebrate together. But nothing but respect for Owensboro High School and the coaching staff there and their players. These kids are friends. Besides the one game a year we play each other, they're friends outside of school, and they're hanging out together on the weekends, and they support each other. And we wish nothing but the best for Owensboro High School.
Both, what I'm saying, you guys and Owensboro, we've had you guys ranked in the top 10 to 20 all year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you guys get enough respect down there, down that part of the state?
Well, I mean, it's no different anywhere else. So if you got guys ranking in Western Kentucky, we're going to rank our teams higher than we do in the east side and north side and those types of things. And you are going to do the same with your local teams, and that's understandable. That's what you should do. You're out there with those kids and trying to get their names out there and their schools and their programs. But as far as respect, I think that's something that has to be earned. And we haven't won enough championships in Western Kentucky. And it's time to start winning championships and not just getting there. And so until we start winning championships, we don't deserve to be ranked higher than the other teams, and that's my feelings towards it. Not that we shouldn't be respected. I feel like we should be respected, but I can understand where we're not ranked as high as the other teams that win championships.
Well, the thing about it, I think one of the things people overlook is your scheduling. I mean, you playing 5-18, 6-18, you play it all over, play Bowling Green, state championship games. So you ain't ducking no heat, as we say up this way, Coach. You got an 80 RPI. I mean, that's the highest RPI in 2A. I mean, so that says a lot about you and your schedule. Do you feel like that's prepared you for where you at right now?
Yeah, I told myself when I took this job, that was one thing that I wanted to do was beef up our JV schedule. And then as we started competing better there, we started beefing up our varsity schedule. And, got to the point this year where the Rafferty's Bowl offered us to come play us. And, I want to take advantage of that state championship type of experience before we get there. And so I was glad they offered us to play, and obviously came out of there with a win. Was a great win for our school and our community. And we've been able to carry kind of that throughout the year. And it also, in a game like this week, we've already played in these type of environments. And so, again, it goes back to that experience. You can't experience big games enough. And so that's one of the bad things about RPI, especially when you're a small school, is that you can't just schedule the big games. You got to win them. And luckily, over the last 3 years, we've been able to do that.
Okay, Coach. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about a lot about your offense. Let's can you expand on your defense a little bit, because they've been playing real well all year too.
Playing very well. Last week we had held Beechwood, one of the most prolific offense in football this year, scoring over 50 points a game, and we had held them to three scores late in the fourth quarter until they tacked on two there real late as we started getting, and that's on me. I got too conservative, but really they've been a lights out defense, to be honest with you. And just like we talked about on the offensive side, it starts up front, and we got a senior led defensive line All three of the guys up front have, been starters for 3 years, and it's just such night and day difference. Just that experience of have been there before, and they're 2 years stronger than they were 2 years ago when we played in that first state finals. And they're being kids who've been committed to the weight room, but they're also athletic. They're kids who all three of them are converted linebackers, and they can really move well. And so we get after people up front. And that's Barrett Evans, Caden Conkrite, and Reese Sims, three senior defensive linemen with a lot of experience. And then behind them is the running back Miles Edge, and the other backup running back is Jude Evans. So basically, if you play running back for us, you're playing linebacker as well, and they rotate at running back, but they start on defense. And been really happy about another sophomore who stepped in as we went to some. We're a 3-3 stack base defense, but we also can get multiple and play a 40 front or a 50 front. We played a 40 front last week, and we played a 50 front the week before, just because of our opponents and feeling like if we set back in our base defense that they would tear us up. And so, but we are a 3-3 stack defense, and that sophomore JJ Swinford's done a really good job of coming in and playing some D tackle for us, so we can be more multiple than just sitting back in one defense. And then we got senior. We basically moved kids down and try to get as athletic as we could possibly be. And so we moved a free safety down to linebacker. We're moving linebackers down to D end. We're moving D ends to offensive tackle and all that kind of stuff. Just trying to get as many athletes on the field as we can be, because we don't have a bunch of John Paul Carricos that are 6'8", 300. And so we got to try to win with those 200 and 215-pound kids. But we want to try to be as athletic as we can be, and that's what I'd say about our defense is we're pretty athletic.
Now we know that you're playing LCA this week. Have you seen any game tape on LCA? What do you think about them? And kind of share about you. Nobody else is going to watch this. Just a little bit of the game plan that you have for them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I won't get too much into the game plan, but I will tell you that LCA is a very well coached, very physical football team. You can tell that they have a former offensive lineman leading them, and Coach Watkins. They're really good up front on both sides of the football, real similar to us. I think both of our rosters are real similar, to be honest with you. Is we got a bunch of athletes, but we're good up front, and we're both physical. We both score a lot of points, and we're both capable of throwing the football. I look for a really even type matchup. I think we're well coached as well, and I think we have good players too, and I think it's going to be a really good game.
All right, Coach. What's it going to take for us to get this win Friday, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, there's nothing to be said for experience. So for us to win this thing, we have to let our third year in a row being here, and we started 12 sophomores 3 years ago, and we're going to be starting even more seniors than that this year. And we cannot let the environment be an excuse, or we know exactly what to expect, and we got to go in and make sure that if we do lose this game, it's not because we beat ourselves, and it's because Lexington Christian earned it, and it wasn't something we gave away. We have to make Lexington Christian earn everything that they get on Friday.
All right, Coach. Do you got anything for Coach before we get out?
No. Well said. Apologize for being late, Coach.
Oh, you're good.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you Friday.
Coach, he's an LCA guy. Don't worry about that.
No, that's all good. I get it.
Hold on. Both of them LCA. Don't listen to them, Coach. They ops, Coach. They ops.
Hey, I do listen to you guys from time to time. I ain't a weekly listener or anything like that, but I appreciate all y'all do for high school football. And anytime we can get out there and get these kids' name out there and do good things for the kids, that's what it's all about. And I appreciate guys like you also. Thank you.